What's up, everyone? Grizzly here, and welcome back to another one in StarRupture. And today, as you can see here in front of me, I built the LEM. I even went ahead and stuck in some of these ships, giving me more stamina, more shields, and more health. But we'll have to see what we can do to upgrade this, work on some more jobs, and do some more exploring. So sit back and relax, and let's get this one going. Alright, so our clever robotics is almost done. So I'm just kind of curious. That'll be the level 5. We'll get some more monorails, which, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, this rail modulator would actually be pretty cool. We set that rail system up in the last episode, so maybe we should have waited on that. But I want to get to these zip line poles. That, to me, was going to be how we get around the world just a little bit faster. These cargo dispatchers and things like that look pretty good too. I mean, we just got to get there, so we'll see. Definitely need to get on the war bonds here, and I would kind of like to get this recycler done up. So we'll have to see what we can do on that. We need titanium beams and titanium sheets, which we could actually do now. It might actually be worth it here to take out this ladder that I've been using. And go ahead and add in some more of these orbital platform thingamajiggers, these cargo launchers. Just trying to make this a little bit easier around the base, but I can do stuff.
To Clever Robotics. They're still very happy with your services, but remember, everything can always be done more efficiently.
Alright, so Clever Robotics is done, so let's go take a look at that. Alright, so that gives us our monorails 3, rail modulators 3, cool. Alright, so we still need to work on this calcium powder here, so I need to go pick up some more of the blocks. Let's go do that. Let's go ahead and take some of those out.
Gotcha.
Need another... I'm thinking I'm also going to need another orbital platform over here. I have enough of these things, apparently. And I am actually going to take out this solar panel right here. I can organize all of our stuff just a little bit better. Let me see if I could just do a rail. I mean, a little ugly, but it'll work. And this one needs to be like titanium beams. There we go. Alright, so we got this stuff working over here. Now, over here, Clever Robotics finished. So let's see what we can do over here. Okay, now we need a statter for this. What else is Future Health Solutions? And calcium powder, well, that should be able to get the wolfram there, so let's go ahead and work on that. I'm also kind of just waiting around for the next Raptura event because I kind of want to go get some of these caves out here. So we got one to the east over here, which I think I already grabbed. We got this one to the north. Definitely want to go check that out, so we need to wait for the next Raptura event. And then there are actually multiple cave systems over here on this side, so might want to set up a little habitat and try to go over that way. I need to look at this thing. This core upgrade is definitely something else that we need to be looking at. I mean, we're okay for now, but we need to keep our eye on this thing, because if it gets any higher, we're going to be in a little bit of a pickle here. So we're going to need helium-3. ceramics, which I know that I have to research, and we need this ignitium, so have to be on the lookout for this. So I'm gonna have to go definitely get some more of those cores, the ignitium. We're gonna have to look into that's a lot of helium. I kind of wonder now, when we were up in this area last time, I'm assuming that this right here is to mine helium-3, but we just need to know how we do it. I don't know if you do it through an extractor or if there's some sort of additional plant that we need to build to get there, but we need to do that research. Speaking of which, I could probably just go look at the job board and figure that out. I would assume it's got to be in the Selenium Corporation, as they're the ones that tend to do it. That's a mega press, a laser drill, a pyro forge. Ooh, that gives us a lot of stuff. I'm a little curious if I go back and I look at the other levels. Okay, so we need to get on this stator next. So I think I have this one. We can insert that. We can insert these. So we need some more of these titanium. We need titanium housings and wolfram wire, which I think we have. That's all done in the fabricator. Yes. All right, I think that's all the calcium blocks we needed. Let me go throw that into the recipe station. For the furnace, yes, insert. All right, so now we can make calcium powder. All right, so our furnace guy over here, I want you to make calcium powder. I see that sun is getting ready to pop. I mean, we're getting there. It's slow, but surely we're getting there. Okay, we're gonna need a lot of wolfram wire and a lot of titanium beams. Okay. What are you guys making? You're making wolfram bars. What are you making? Go ahead and make this wolfram wire. Alright, well there's the next Ruptura wave. So let me go ahead and take some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and insert it. Insert what I can here. There's the ceramics. Need to remember this stuff. Go ahead and slap some of this stuff away up in here. I got a ton of these bars. We just need to figure out like what to do with them.
Ruptura's eruption has started. Prepare for impact. StarRupture has started. Hide. Extreme temperature detected.
Alright, so there's our little Ruptura event. So we just need to get out there to the north now. As best we can, go explore that cave. The Ruptura wiped out the vines here, so let's get in here.
I need to survive.
Got some more of those glow cap things. Oh, we got some quartz. Nice. Okay, we've got our dead body here. We're gonna go take all that stuff.
Gotcha.
And I'm not seeing any more in this cave. All right. Just some more quartz. We can go around here and get some of that ignitium and some of the meteorites too, because we need that. Grab up these pieces first. Alright, we got a fair bit of that stuff. Let's roll in here and see if we can make some more building goodness happen. Alright, bag is getting pretty full. I need to go over here and dump off into that recipe station, just kind of clear it out a bit. Just whatever I put in here. There's the sheets I need. Insert those, insert those. So we need more wolfram powder. I know there was something I needed the wire for. Yeah, it's for these, the statter. Alright, we've got to make titanium housing. I had to figure that out. Okay, we need more sheets and more powder.
I think I can use this.
Okay, I need about 302 more powder. Can make the titanium housing now, that's good. So we need the titanium housing now to make the statter. So let's go start making that in the fabricator. I know I got a shitload of beams over here not doing nothing. Or is that got to be done in a furnace? Oh, the titanium housing has to be done in a furnace, which I don't have set up over here yet. Oh, it needs beams and sheets. And I've got these built just a little bit too close. So not good. All right, let's go ahead and turn these off. Go ahead and just remove these items. And we'll turn these off.
Let's see.
We're gonna have to do some modification.
Excellent. The reward from the Griffiths Blue Corporation is already waiting for you. You'll like this.
Alright, so we're gonna need our smelter. And I kind of like to start setting it up like looking this way. And then maybe getting our... And we could probably do a couple of fabricators. Go ahead and swap these guys like right out here. See if I can put like one right out here. One right there. Rail here to here. Rail here to here. We could do our rails from here. And then we're gonna need our furnace. Let's see, the furnace. Okay. And then this is gonna go from here to there. And then this guy is gonna go from here to there. And we're gonna have to set up some more power because you know we're out of power. Alright, let's get us some stairs going here. Start making bars. Okay, these need the titanium housing. So for that, I need beams and sheets. All right, now we got a number of things over here that I need to get on producing. So what else can we do here? Palladium Corporation's now going to require the ceramics and tubes. That's going to require that stabilizer there. That's calcium. And so we're pretty much out of the titanium stuff. I mean, except for... So these spore stations here, I just don't have anything to do with. And we're just kind of waiting for this stuff here to produce. Let's go and look at that job that got finished. There we go. Claim our war bonds. Okay, so we're just waiting on the 300 for that. We also need to find the tube blueprinting schematic, which I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna probably have to go out and find that on some sort of exploration. Okay, so this should be the required what I need right there. Let's go over here to the terminal, turn it in. That should give us the ceramics, I think. Insert that. There's the ceramics, and then the other thing we needed was the stator. Where's the stator? It's in the fabricator. This thing right here. All right, let's insert that. All right, so that gives us that. So do you believe now that's what we require for the zip line pulls? So if I'm not mistaken, we make that in the fabricator. Do we make it here? Yes, we do. Okay. So that's going to require titanium housing and wolfram wire. Now the question I got here is, oh, there is 2 spots for this. You take the titanium housing. Ooh, you do. Okay. Well, this makes it a little bit more complicated, doesn't it? So the question is, how do I pump this stuff in? Got to do a little bit more reorganization here. I want this junction. I would really like for this guy to stand super tall, so we're going to probably need to do some sort of like regular supported platform. So can I do something like this and then put my rail connector like right on top of it? No, not quite. What about another supported column? No. What about another platform? I can't stick it on top. Well, that's not awesome. All right, so getting back to this location here, to that old abandoned town that we were at, the very first one that we found. Seems to be that we missed a little bit of loot here. Apparently this whole second floor, I thought that maybe it was like taking a tool down there to like get into this bottom one, but apparently it's just a jump-in mechanic right here. But there's a schematic here we need for our building processes, and there's a message here, so let's go ahead and read it. Oop, not shoot the sign, but read it. Oh wow, you can get a sentence just for giving birth to a male child. Wow, that's horrible. All right, well, got a little bit of a backstory on the little disc we heard from the lady.
A little off to me.
All right, so let's go ahead and loot up here. We got some bad guys apparently. Hopefully they don't like come at me from above. Oh, and they are, of course.
Changing mags.
right. And here is the tube schematic that we needed, as well as the rotor one. We do need those. That's why I ended up coming back here. There's a little bit of ammo for us. Great. Some more. Which that's some water there, which we're definitely thirsty. Might as well just go ahead and use it. Yeah, so this here, I thought you had to get like a torch to open that up, but apparently not. So I found some different things to take back with us. And if I press that, I can just now get out. All right, cool. Got a couple more of these like things where I killed all these bugs. So we'll go ahead and pick those up and be on our way back over to the base to get some more schematics and things like that that we need to get done up. So crafting in this game seems to be very, very huge, and I'm also noticing now, you see this right here, this is that area that we looked at earlier, because we're trying to figure out how to get these machines. I don't even know what this machine is, but I mean, now I'm starting to recognize that this purple here is probably like helium-3, and we're probably going to need that for later on. So just trying to learn the basics of the game. So that area was up that way. But trying to get the basics of the game learned and that kind of stuff so that we're making all the materials so we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. But to also try to figure out, like, there are these monolith things around. We're trying to figure out what to do with those. I'm assuming it's some sort of, like, Subnautica alien technology from, like the aliens tried conquering this place, and they're probably the bugs or so the vermin or some shit. I mean, who knows? All right, so to do certain things here at the base, I had to kind of do a little bit of rework, and what I thought would kind of straighten us out has basically become a cluster again. You know, I had to add more rails to do more loop-de-loops. Let me see if I can just, like, you know, get an overall picture of this. Like, I had to put in some rails here to go around, do all this, so it comes over here and does this machine over here to get sent off to God knows where. Yeah, it's a lot of different stuff that gets a little bit confusing with all the different damn machines. Not gonna lie. Now, I'm pretty sure that we finished up another job, or another job was finished while we were up there. We are making great progress on a lot of these companies, except for the Moon Energy Company. We are a little bit behind in that, and that's the calcium stuff. So I want to say that... Is this the only one I got going to the Moon one? Probably. We probably could set up another orbital do-hickey-mabobber right here, which I am half tempted to do just to kind of get this out of the way. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and take this out. Let's go ahead and go with another one of these guys right here, the orbital cargo launchers. And I kind of don't like that. I mean, I kind of have to fool around with it a little bit. It's colliding with another building. Okay. It's probably that block right there. And it's probably this rail right here. So we'll have to... kind of tool with it just a little bit. But hold on, I got certain things here we can do. Getting this stuff all nice and good is just kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, something like that. We have to go one more back off this way. And I got to figure out what was going to what. So this was getting our blocks. So let us do the little drone guy right here. What are these? Which I can't tell. Pretty sure they're just blocks. Yeah, something like that. Alright, so what does this Moon Energy Corporation need? It's needing the sheets. I think the sheets were coming out of here. So we can do something like this where we get the rails. And I come up here. And move those right along there. Also get that hooked up to that. If I need to, I can also hook up this to this. And figure out this junction later on. But we got a lot of stuff that needs to get moved. And we're just trying to get it done. So trying to play catch up on some of these companies. And yeah. So we got this one working. What else do we need? I should have finished off camera. I did get these over here crafted. This little statter thingamajigger, whatever the hell it is. It is currently making. Had to retool some of this stuff over here. Yeah. All right, so let's go see what we got for the rewards. All right, so Future Health Solutions has got the food station for us ready to go. The next thing is the helium-3 extractor, which is probably something we're going to need to do, go expand up towards that base to the north. So to make this, I think we're going to need the tubes. So that's why we went ahead and went out and found that tube schematic. I also got the recycler. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the recycler does. So let's see if I can just go ahead and place one of these in here.
Device. It greatly sped up the process of redistributing wartime loot.
And now you can use it for peaceful purposes. Remember that the clothes iron was also invented to torture prisoners, and yet you've used it to iron clothes, right?
I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Alright, so looking at the recycler, what... I mean, I could just recycle things, so what about this wolfram powder? What is that? Elementary building material. Is that like this? Well, let's just try it out. Let's recycle it. Alright, well that's gotta have some use for something, so... Not exactly sure, but we'll hold on to it. I also want to stick this stuff in the analyzing machine just to kind of get it out of my bag. Alright, then we got some extra ammo that we're holding on to. Like this stuff here, I would like... I don't know... I mean, I got doubles of this stuff. I'm kind of wondering, like... I don't think you can put those LEMs in its own, or, you know, recycle those. I was hoping you could, but apparently you can't. Question now is what should we be working on? Selenium Corporation, the next one's going to give us this greater minor LEM, which I'm not exactly sure if we're ready for that yet. Moon Energy is almost done. We're getting there, and we're still working on our zipline pole. Future Solutions, we need that extractor. We got to go to the recipe station to learn the tubes, and I think it's in the fabricator. Okay, we can insert that. We can insert those. We need a ton of sheets and a ton of rods. I'm pretty sure I got the rods. Or at least I thought I had the rods. Now we used them all up. Okay. So I'm gonna need rods. I'm gonna need sheets. Well, I got a ton of sheets here. This is just getting complicated all the time. Alright, so got to do a little bit more deconstruction here. I'm kind of glad that they give us that option. Let's see if we can get ourselves another fabricator. If I build any more off of this, I'm gonna end up having some issues. Okay. Alright, you can be titanium rods. You can be titanium sheets. Feel like it takes so long for me to do shit, I kind of forget what I need to be doing. Yeah, because I've got to insert all this shit. Okay, and then what else we got going on? So we need to look up the stabilizer. Now we can't make ceramics. We're working on tubes. So, alright, what does it take to make the ceramics? I'm assuming that's from the furnace. Okay, so we're definitely going to need calcium sheets, which is, I thought was coming from here. Yeah, it was. Lord. It's like a jumbled mess of shit. Oh, here's where I got my wolfram wire going. Alright, I need this guy to go like out this way. And like around in there. Well, let me connect this one over here to that one over there. Let's do something like that.
Rupture activity detected. I recommend finding a safe place.
Now we gotta figure out why this guy right here is not getting the wire it requires. Oh, because that's powder. And I'm so dumb. I did like all that work for nothing. Alright, well let's take a look and see if there's any new weapons to look at. There's an infantry machine gun.
Prepare for impact. StarRupture has started. Hide.
Now the shotgun is a little bit cheaper.
Extreme temperature detected.
Yeah, we'll let it burn outside. We definitely try out the shotgun. Let's go ahead and do that. Might actually even like the shotgun a little bit better. Let's go ahead and build one. And I do think we have some ammo for it. Only 37 rounds. What does it take to make shotgun ammo? Oh, calcium powder, basic stuff. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that. You get 11 shots with this guy. It's supposed to be better for in close quarters combat. Not too bad. We can go ahead and toss this pistol ammo away.
Planetary temperature within acceptable parameters.
Oh, well, awesome. I appreciate that it is. All right. Well, we can keep all that big boy ammo on us. And what did it take to make that ammo?
Dehydrated.
Some more of this powder here. Where's the powder? Yeah, we got like a ton of this powder. And I know I got more of this stuff here. So let's go ahead and make some more shotgun ammo. Alright, back to more crafting. So, moon energy, that gives us the extendable walkway. Okay, so let's go out there and now fix our boo-boo on the other deal. We need to get the wolfram powder going, or the wolfram powder, which I got a ton of it here. Just need to figure out how it's getting out to the rest of our machines. So if I do another rail connector here, like so. And then I run this one. I will just run it right there. And run this guy. Right over in there. Will that now give us everything we need? And it does. Alright, sweet. So, just a crisscross maze of shit. But there it is. Alright, so that's given us the ceramics we need. And so I can start feeding these machines here. So which one of you is taking the ceramics? It's you. And okay. And you need tubes. One of my guys over here is making the tubes. Okay, so titanium rods. Titanium sheets. Yeah, this is just becoming a hodgepodge of shit. And now I need another furnace on this side. Well, this doesn't make tubes. At least I don't think it does. I think I just needed to gather this shit. Again, like, you got so much going on, it's like, it's hard to keep track of it all. The fabricator. Tubes, yes. Alright, well, it's all going there, it's all building, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave this episode here. Try to maybe disentangle this stuff off camera to see what we can kind of do with it. I mean, but in this episode we got the recycler, we got a shotgun, we got some schematics out of the way, and we built a lot of shit. So trying to get these recipes going for things that we're going to need in the future. So thank you to all that have watched, liked, and subscribed. If you're enjoying the content, you enjoy what you see, consider giving the video a like, a comment, or even a subscription to the channel, as it does help us grow. Be sure to catch the other content on the channel. And as always, this is Grizz, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Turn them to